Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Georgia and today I'm going to be testing out the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. This is the lightest shade they do. This is Shell L0 and I got mine from Superdrug for like £8.65 I think. It was like a third off promotion, whereas normally it's about £12. This is just the same as like Maybelline or L'Oreal and stuff, that sort of price for foundation. So it's not too bad, it's just on a slightly high end I would say. The packaging is really pretty. It's got the metal flower bit on there and it's a glass bottle and it would look really nice like on a dressing table, on a shelf somewhere. Mine's just going to be shoved in my drawer, but it is so pretty, so maybe I might actually have to do something with it. It is a glass bottle and it says it is 30 mils. Like I said, this is in the shade Shell L0, which I believe is the lighter shade. I don't know if it's available everywhere, the lighter shade, or if it's only really available on Superdrug. I saw a few people writing in the reviews about it, but it might be that it was a while ago and it is available everywhere now. I'm not really sure. But this says it is a luminous makeup nude skin feel, all day wear SPF 18 sunscreen in it. So let's give this a test. It's like a nice heavy duty packaging and everything. So I'm just gonna go in. I think I might just go in with my beauty blender. I tried to do my brush on the other side, but I don't really use my brush at the moment, so, and it always ends up looking streaky, so I think I must just use my beauty blender. So I'm gonna take a bit on the back of my hand to start off with. It does feel slightly, not say thicker, but it feels slightly thicker than some foundations at the moment that I use. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just a slightly thicker formula from what I can tell. Then I'm just taking my beauty blender. Has given a very light coverage so far. Like obviously I didn't put too much on, but it has blended out quite nicely. But it is a very light coverage for now. I can't remember how much coverage it says it gives, but I'm sure it's like a medium, a light medium or like medium buildable coverage. But I'm just gonna go and put a bit more on, see if I can build it up slightly. I don't want anything too crazy, but just a little bit more coverage. There doesn't really seem to be too much coverage, a very light sort of amount of it. But it is nice for what it has given. And it does give a really nice dewy, but my skin effect. It doesn't look like I've got makeup on my face too much. And it does really match my skin tone as well. Like I feel like sometimes when I put foundation on, even if it's quite a light one, where it's wishy-washy, you can always see it on the skin a bit more. I might just apply the tiniest amount down here a little bit more and try and keep it down here rather than spreading it everywhere, because I like the coverage and the look of the rest of my skin. Like I feel like my under eyes might just need powdering, probably concealer as well, but I don't really use concealer too much. But I feel like my under eyes might need powdering to the slightest because they do look slightly dewy, shiny, so they look oily in a way. But the rest of my skin does look really nice for it. It's just, it doesn't really cover too much of the blemishes, which again does make it look like skin, because you can see those imperfections or like blemishes. You can see your natural skin underneath still. So it makes it like your skin better sort of look rather than a really full-on foundation look. It looks like it's definitely given a lot more coverage on this side with the brush. But I just feel like I can see it on top of my skin now. Like almost like separating away, but not really obviously. I can just see the colour sat on top of my skin with a brush. Ever so slightly. Like, I don't know how far away you can see it, but I know, you know? But I might just go in with my beauty blender just over the top again slightly. That's looking a lot better now that I've gone over with the beauty blender, just to take off some of that excess that almost looked like it was just sitting there. Then again, I don't really think it's added too much more coverage to it by using the brush that way. I know I probably took some off by using this, but maybe I just need a different brush. I'm still so confused about foundation brushes. Sometimes I like one and I use it for ages and I really like it, and then it just doesn't seem to work with some foundations, which maybe some foundations are just more aimed towards certain types of foundation brushes or like beauty blenders and stuff as well, which I understand. It really is just a mix of, a lot of the time, the thing has to be a good product to start off with, but also a lot of time people have to be able to get it onto their skin and make it work with their skin. So whether that's in the form of a foundation brush, just using their hands or using a sponge or anything. And then it depends how it reacts with your skin once it's on your skin and how you blend it out and everything as well. So it's not always one foundation fits all in terms of like formulation or anything. Just because somebody likes it doesn't always mean that everyone's going to like it. Same with the e.l.f. CC cream. I didn't really like that. And everyone's been raving about it for ages, and I was really excited for it because I quite like CC creams or like tinted moisturisers and stuff. I've been using a lot of that recently. But it just sat on my skin and it just stayed there, and it just looked oily and like separated almost. But this foundation is looking pretty nice. It's a nice colour match for my skin. It doesn't really seem to have oxidised or anything just yet. It does have a decent amount of coverage, not too much, but it has a nice amount of light coverage. But it's quite nice and dewy. Be nice for sort of like a casual summer foundation. But yeah, it's looking good so far. I'm going to powder it up and everything, and I'll see how it goes. From what I remember, there wasn't a massive shade range of this foundation, but what I did like was it in the concealers, even though they're different names or shade names, it's not like porcelain in the foundation and porcelain in the concealer, but it did have the corresponding number. So here is L0, which I guess means light, and 0 is the lighter shade. And then the concealer would also be a name, and then L0 or L0.5 or L1 or something. So you know what sort of ones to match it in with your foundation. So I've just powdered it, and I didn't powder everything. I did mainly under my eyes, did a bit on my nose, and then like around here and then on my chin. And I don't think it's where I powdered it because it's not really in those areas, but looking at it now, like I'm looking a bit close, so just looking properly to get my final judgment of it, it looks almost dry or patchy. Like, why does this keep happening to me? Like, do I actually just have dry skin? It does look nice from afar, but just looking close up, I can kind of see, it's not fully everywhere, it's just slight catches of almost colour. Like, I always think of it as this, the foundation, and the colour pigment is in it. And I always think of it as the colour pigment just almost sits on top of the foundation, on top of your skin. And that's the places where you can see where it looks slightly separated or like dry and patchy. I think of it that. I don't know if that's how foundation actually works or not, but that's just what I imagine of it anyway. I don't know. I did like it when I first put it on. Not like it, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one again. I just want a nice foundation. To be fair, I haven't put a primer on today, and it might work better with a primer underneath. So maybe I'll try this again with like a hydrating primer underneath or something, or something along those lines to see if that helps with it at all. But I don't know, like from far away it looks alright, but something just is slightly off about it again. I think it's just gonna be another one I'm gonna have to play around with and see, because I do like the look that it's trying to give, but it's just something slightly ever so off about it. Anyway, let me know what you think down below, whether you've tried this foundation out and stuff as well, whether it's done a similar thing with you, or whether there's any tips or tricks to make this one work. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!